Hey, I just wanted to share a little bit of information about hormones and health. And in the arena of skincare, we'll say as well, as a 40-something myself, and also as someone who's recently become very passionate about informing others about RED-S, which is relative energy deficiency in sport, and how you can impact your hormones negatively by having this energy deficit as you go through life, whether it be a sport or not, with or without sport. It could be recreational or beyond. But there's a lot to know about hormones, and there's a lot to know about how what we put in and on our body impact our hormones. So I'm reading a few books, which I highly recommend. Here's one of them. And this is another really relevant to me right now, again, mid-40s. And I can't recommend either of them really enough. But there's also a lot of information that I think gets lost and people aren't aware of in regards to skincare, particularly. And that's another passion of mine, sharing and educating others about choosing safe ingredients in their skincare. Our skin is our largest detox organ, and about 60% of what we put on it at least probably goes into our body, and it is absorbed fully and becomes part of who we are, and it impacts our health. So a lot of these skincare products in the US don't have to be regulated, and I just think it's important that people know that in the EU they ban like 1,800 ingredients, and they have to be screened. Ingredient has to be proven safe to be in skincare. In the EU. In the United States, that's not the case. In the US, we've only up to date currently banned 30 ingredients, and those 30 ingredients recently we increased to that from 11. And there really hasn't been a formal law, except for recently. There hasn't been a formal law governing the beauty industry for over, it's like 80 some years. Recently, we've helped, I'm a brand advocate for the company Beautycounter, which is the leader in clean beauty, and we helped be instrumental in passing a new law called MoCRA. This MoCRA law will start to kind of finally make some change in this personal care product industry. There will be a little bit more oversight with the FDA, but it's going to take a lot of time, and it's not going to happen overnight. And so in the meantime, I really want to make sure that you know that you need to be your advocate for yourself. Like most things in healthcare right now, you need to be an advocate for yourself when it comes to the products that you're using on your skin, because the companies that are making our skincare products are not required to disclose everything in them. So for instance, fragrance is a big one. If people have fragrance listed on the label in their product, they don't have to say any more about that because of trade secret laws. But that word fragrance on a bottle can mean hundreds of ingredients, many of which are endocrine disrupting, that you would not want to put on your skin if you actually knew what they would be doing to your body. So I just want to make sure and kind of throw out a PSA for everyone that choosing the company that you use for your skincare products, your body care products, your teens skincare and body care products, early puberty is a huge thing because of these endocrine disrupting chemicals in our environment. These are things to think about. So a lot of products, especially again, mid-40s, a lot of products that we put on our body can have xenoestrogens, so estrogen-like kind of mimicking chemicals, which can throw off imbalance that already exists in our body as we're going through these changes in our mid to late 40s and 50s. So we have these xenoestrogens, chemicals that we're unknowingly putting on our body that are potentially increasing our risk for cancer and other diseases. So this is not something to be quiet about, I feel like. That's why I'm sharing today. But I also really want you to know that it can be simple yet still, because again, you find a company that you can trust that is transparent with their ingredients screening process. They're transparent with these sustainability practices that they use and practice. They're sustainable, hopefully packaging practices, things like that. There are good companies out there that exist, and it just requires a little bit of research on your part. But I'm happy to be helpful for that and to be a resource for you for that. But just a little bit of a PSA again, what you put on your skin matters. And these chemicals do exist. There is very little regulation in the U.S. at this point in time. It will change over time, but it will take a lot of time to get to where we need to be. And right now, finding a company that you can trust and finding products that are good for you is really important. That's it.